Hello Internet friends, I'm going to show you a real quick way to season your cast iron in between meals and also while you're multitasking and getting other things done throughout the day. Let's go take a look. Alright, so what do you need for reseasoning your pans? Obviously you're going to need your cast iron, whatever you're working with and you plan on using. And these are in different stages of reseasoning. And then some flaxseed oil. Why do I use flaxseed oil? I like it because it has a higher smoke point. That means I can turn the stove on a little bit higher and cook that oil into the pans so that it creates a real nice excuse me, finish and non-stick surface and rust prohibitor. So all you do is pour a little flaxseed oil on. You're going to need two different types of rags. You want lint-free rags and test them out before you use them. And what you want to do is you want to coat every part of the cast iron with the oil. Bring this over here. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of oil on the rag, but you'll see it as the pan, the steel begins to shine. You want to make sure you get it in every pouring lip, all the side walls, the tops, the edges, inside the handle opening. Turn it upside down. Maybe a little bit more oil. You don't need much. Put that outside. So the oil does two things. It's supposed to help with rust prevention and also giving you that non-stick surface. So you want to get at just about every surface side that you can. You don't want to use a lot because if it builds up too much, you're just going to get sticky mess and it'll cause streaks that is not good for giving a good stick-free coating. Alright, now you're going to switch off to another rag. I like to use, again, something with a little bit of a sheen. And you're going to rub off the rest, the remaining part. I did preheat these pans to just warm enough where it was almost a little too warm to touch. So that allows the pores to open up in the steel. As you spread the oil around, it's already getting into the pores of the cast iron. And again, you have another nice shiny coat. Trying to keep the oil as uniform as possible. And then what I do is I preheat my oven to 410 degrees. Put just a little bit more oil on. The handle here. And flip it around so that I can wipe that off. And then what I usually do is just turn it upside down. Put it in the oven upside down. And I can go do the rest of my chores that I have to get done today. I put it in for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, so that gives me plenty of time to go do some other things that I need to do on the homestead. This little pan here has been seasoned more times, and you can see that it is shiny, has a coat that is almost smooth. Almost have all of the pores filled in. And this little one, I know it's made for like grilled cheese sandwiches and whatnot, but I actually use it in the center of my stove as a spoon holder. So that's that one. We're going to go ahead and put this one in. That one I put right side up. And then this pan is getting even closer to having a full smooth surface. That's a little too much oil. Don't think that more is better. It's not. It will set you back quite a bit. Many times you'll have to strip it down if you put in too much. Because it will just... What ends up happening is it builds up so much and you think, wow, I really made some headway. I cut some corners and now I've got a nice slick surface. And you will, but eventually that will flake off. And then you'll get huge discrepancies in the surface of your pan. And you're going to want to strip it all down. So making sure that you're getting it everywhere. In the lips of the steel right there. I don't know if you can see that. Make sure you get it in the pouring spouts. That's that rag. Take this other rag. More of a bandana type material. And it almost looks like you're wiping it all off, but you're not. There's a thin enough coat in there. A little bit more on this handle here. And you're going to want to do this. To begin with, when the new pan, you do it 5 or 6 times without cooking in it. And then I do this every time I cook in between recipes, whatever I'm cooking. Some more light wipe. Grab the handle. Put it in the oven. And you're all set. Now you just wait. Let it cook for 2 hours or so. And you're all done. Alright, we're going to look at the finished products with our in-between cooking sessions seasoning for cast iron. What I did was put in the cast iron at about 410 degrees. It's been about an hour and a half. Did some chores, had to do some errands, came back home. Now I turned it up to 500 degrees, past the smoke point of flaxseed oil, and you wait until you can start to smell the smoke. I'm going to turn this off, turn the oven off, and as soon as you start to smell the smoke, that's when you're going to want to pull them out of the oven. Careful not to burn yourself. And that gives you an idea of where we're at so far. And this one's going to probably need 3 or 4 more seasonings. This one's getting close. And let's look at the last one. getting smoother as well. So what I'm going to do is put it back into the oven. I know I'm letting a lot of heat out right now. I'm just going to close the door, and then we're just going to let those pieces sit in the oven as the oven slowly cools down. The oil that was baked into it is going to start to cool down and adhere to the cast iron. So I know this reseasoning video went pretty quickly, and quite frankly I was feeling a little rushed because of the fact that I'm multitasking today. You can probably hear the dishwasher going on in the background, and I have a few other projects going on, not only out on the property but some other additional videos, such as the next one. We're going to take a look at what happens when your seasoning flakes off. This pan, I'm going to redo for a friend. I mentioned earlier in the video that when you put on too much oil too quickly, you think you're getting ahead of the game, but you're actually falling behind. If you put on too much oil, you bake it on, and it seems smooth and non-stick, and it will be for a little while, but then eventually, because the coat is too quickly applied and built up, it begins to flake. So this is my next video that I'm going to do today as well, to show you how to strip this down, and re-season it all over. So, as I've mentioned, I don't do a lot of editing. Hopefully I'll get that in the future, be able to get some time to do that. So, in the meantime, I'm just playing play and pause. And as always, bring your best and have the best day of your life. Thanks for watching.